Princess on a Pillow here. I am here to do my review of 90 Day Fiance, Before the 90 Days, Season 5, Episode 5. The title is False Start and False Promises. Okay, let's get into it. First up is Memphis and Hamza. So we left off last episode with Hamza's mother caught Hamza in bed when he was supposed to be sleeping on the sofa. She is in the kitchen and she's pissed off. While Hamza and Memphis is in the bedroom making up the bed, but little do Memphis knows that Hamza does not know how to make the bed. His mother makes the bed for him. So his mother seems to be blaming Memphis that Hamza slept in the bedroom with her. I think they're to blame 50-50. So Memphis does not want Hamza's mother to know that they had sex, even though she said it was quick. It was too quick for her. She said she batted an eye and it was over. Meanwhile, Hamza is just happy. He's happy as a clam. He had a good time, for as he's concerned. He says, nice time, sexy, yeah. He says, big boobs, Memphis, yeah. He says this while grinning from ear to ear. I think he understands more English than I gave him credit for. So Memphis tells Hamza to go and lie to his mother and tell her that nothing happened between them last night. So Hamza goes into the kitchen and to talk to his mother. And his mother asks him why didn't he sleep in the living room. And such a wonderful man Hamza is, he blames it on Memphis. He says that the woman comes from far away and she wanted me to sleep next to her. So she tells him that we agreed that you would sleep in the living room. So he tells her nothing happened. And of course she doesn't believe him. She says, how can a man and a woman sleep side by side and nothing happens? Hamza is still insisting that nothing happened. And she knows he's lying. And she says, Hamza, don't make me angry. Stop lying to me. So now Hamza is feeling guilty. And he should feel guilty. He's a liar. So Memphis walks into the kitchen and asks if everything's okay and if everyone is happy. Hamza says, yes, baby, which is a lie because nobody's happy. He's feeling guilty and his mother is upset, so nobody's happy. But everybody lie and they say, yes, they're happy. Because Memphis is their meal ticket to America. So the mother, she just has to grin and bear it. So Memphis and Hamza, they go for a walk because Memphis is uncomfortable being in the house with the mother because she had sex in the mother's house, in the woman's house, when the woman didn't want her to do that. So they're walking, and Memphis is terrified because the motorists they're driving really, really fast and whizzing by them, and I'd be scared too. And in some areas, there's no sidewalks, so she thinks she's about to get ran over. So they go to a market, and Memphis is taking pictures, and they stop and pet a kitten. I would have stole that kitten. I would have taken that kitten home. I'm a cat person. Okay, so they get to a cafe, and Memphis said that the sex with Hamza was very fast and furious. That sounds painful to me. Very fast and furious. Oh my gosh. So Memphis asks Hamza if sex is always fast. And Hamza pretends that he doesn't know what she's talking about. He says, I'm sexy, baby. So Memphis Hamza says he hasn't had sex in 8 months. I don't know how true that is. In his confessional, a producer asks Hamza in his own language, how come the sex wasn't long? And Hamza says because Memphis is just too sexy and he couldn't control himself. Then Hamza tells Memphis that he only had sex with 5 women, and she was the only one he had sex with in his mother's house. I don't believe that. Hamza's a liar. He says, because you life for me, you my soul, you're my soul. Hamza is pouring it on thick. He wants to go to the U.S. that badly. Wow. Hamza said every night he sleep with baby. And his mother will probably sleep in between them, make sure nothing happens. And he tells her that his mom is angry. So now Memphis has a dilemma. She wants to sleep with Hamza because she wants to make sure they have an intimate connection before she marries him, but she doesn't want to disrespect the mother. And to me, Memphis looks like she has a slight case of Tourette. She blinks a lot, and she kind of shakes her head sometimes, slightly. So I don't know. To me, it seems like she may have a little bit of Tourette's. All right, that's okay. Next we see Hamza's mother showing Memphis how to clean and gut a fish. It's totally disgusting. It's the same scene as when Smit's mom was teaching Jenny how to cook, you know? And Hamza's mother, she basically says if Memphis can't gut a fish, then her son will starve. Well, Memphis has 2 kids and they're not starving, and a fish is not the only thing you can eat. And I don't know about Tanzania. Is that where they're at? I think that's where they're at. I don't know about there, but here in the States, they do that for you. You go to a supermarket, they'll gut the fish for you, or the fish is already gutted, or the fish is already cut up and scaled and everything's done already. So I don't know what she's talking about. And she don't have to do any of that in the States, so in order to cook fish. So get over yourself, lady. Oh, Hamza's mother said that she's worried about other things than the cooking. Is she worried about her son not being able to have stamina? Is that what she worried about? Is that what she worried about? I mean, what else is there for her to worry about? Hamza's mother is talking crap about Memphis cooking the fish. Hamza tells Memphis that the fish is good and that he likes it. And he tells his mother it's her first time cooking a fish. And she did well for her first time. Mother didn't like that. He defended her. So she brings up the sleeping arrangements. So she makes sure she tells Hamza, you're sleeping in the living room and she's sleeping in the bedroom. And then what's her name? Memphis says, okay, she agrees to it. But Hamza is not having it. He's not with that. He's upset at that. He's not okay with that. Hamza's mother tells Hamza to tell Memphis that she wants to talk to her. So Hamza says to his mother, what are you going to ask her? And his mother says she's been married to 2 men. And she wants to know why Memphis got a divorce. Now, Hamza had to have been the one to tell his mother that Memphis is married to 2 men. Just because she has 2 kids by 2 different men, I guess he automatically assumed that she was married to 2 different men. So in his broken English, Hamza tells Memphis that his mother wants to know why she divorced her husbands. And Memphis tells her that she was only married once. Memphis said they were like friends and the marriage didn't work. Their marriage wasn't good. And the mother is telling Hamza, the mother is talking and Hamza is trying to translate. Hamza says his mother is afraid Memphis and him will get a divorce. And Memphis tells Hamza it depends on if he comes to America and be a good man because she's a good woman. And Memphis doesn't understand the mother questioning her about her divorce when she She's divorced also. So the mother is talking, talking, talking. Then she starts to cry. And at the end of the day, Hamza is a man. You know, he's a grown man. He has to go out into the world and, live his life. She needs to cut the apron strings. And it comes to find out that Hamza's father left Hamza's mother for another woman. And then Hamza now, I guess because his mother is crying, he says that his mother may be right to be suspicious of Memphis because he doesn't know Memphis past that well. Now that he got his little sex, his one night of sex, he's good to go now. So he doesn't need Memphis anymore. He doesn't want to go to the States now because she complains about him coming too fast, not having any stamina. Now he's all of a sudden questioning her. He's suspicious. Yeah. Okay, now we're on to Elena and Caleb. We see Caleb and Elena the morning after. The last episode, they were rolling around in bed, kissing, and I didn't know what was about to happen. I was scared for Elena because Caleb seemed to be so rough with her. But I think she likes the roughness. Anyway, we see her climbing up in bed with Caleb the next morning. She cuddles up next to him and they kiss. And I'm thinking it went down last night. But in the confessional, Caleb said he did not have sex. But they did get to a new level of intimacy. Elena said she wanted to have sex last night, but nothing happened. She says she's confused. She doesn't understand why Caleb kissed her so passionately and then just stopped and didn't do anything else. Elena wants to know if there's a problem with her. And Caleb said he is still trying to get used to some things. He tells her that she is different than other people. He said it's difficult because they are different heights. So I guess he has to figure out how to do it, I guess. I don't know. He says his intention is to get past it and to be able to be intimate with her. So he does want to be intimate with her. He just doesn't know how to go about maneuvering it, I guess. He said he needs a little bit more time. And I'm starting to like Caleb. I like that he's being honest with Elena. And I like that he keeps his cool. He doesn't seem to get angry or upset or annoyed. He just keeps his cool. I like that. Elena is worried that Caleb will never get comfortable enough to have sex with her. All she's thinking about is sex. That's all Elena is thinking about. So Caleb takes Elena to the gym, and he's carrying her in front of him under her armpit like this. And she's facing out. It's weird the way he's carrying her. But I think it's kind of cute. Then he puts her hair up for her. And I just think Caleb is funny. Funny, haha. And I'm starting to like him. And he's really trying to get comfortable with her physically. After he puts her hair up, he gives her a kiss on the lips. He sits beside her. He gives her some weights to lift. He puts his arm around her. And he puts her on a treadmill. He holds her legs while she does sit-ups. And he told while she's doing her sit-ups, to tell her to try to come up far enough to kiss him. That's the incentive for coming up and doing a good push-up. I mean, a good sit-up. So he picks her up, kisses her, and tells her she did a good job. It's so nice. So it's nighttime now, and Caleb and Elena are on their way to Elena's friend Maria's house for dinner. Elena said she asked Elijah not to be there because of the tension between him and Caleb. Poor Elijah. What is he doing by himself? Who's he talking to? Who does he talk to? Who does he eat with? Who does he hang out with? He's just by himself. That's messed up. That is so messed up. And I wonder how many of those jeans Elena owns. We only see her in those jeans. Or maybe she has several of them. Or is it just this one jean that she keeps wearing constantly? I wonder why she don't wear dresses and skirts. Well, maybe if she wear a dress and skirt, it would be hard for her to climb up and out of her chair and climb up on things. But We only see her in those one jeans. Don't she own any other pants? She should put on some leggings. I don't know. I don't know. Elena likes to make unkind little jabs. She makes a jab at Caleb about his shirt. She makes a jab saying Maria can call Caleb, hey you. She makes a jab about Americans not taking off their shoes when they come into the house. And I can see why some people on YouTube don't like her. A few people I've heard don't like her. She probably thinks her little jabs are funny, but they're mean. Then we have a nosy friend. Maria is nosy. Maria asks Caleb and Elena about how they started talking to each other. And I'm pretty sure she knows this because she is friends with Elena. So why is she asking how they started talking? She is friends with Elena. I'm pretty sure she knows this story of how they started talking. Something about a sister wife. Then she asks them if they're going to live in Russia or the States. Where did that come from? They just met each other. The nerve of her. They haven't even gotten anywhere near that part of the relationship yet to decide about where they're going to live with each other. If they're going to live with each other and where they're going to live. So Caleb told both of them living together is extreme and that they are spending this time to get to know each other. And I agree with him. They're just trying to get to know each other right now. And I think Elena must have she's been telling Maria false tales, because why would she ask that question? Why would she ask about where they're going to live? That's dumb. So she's Maria's asking other questions. She's asking about where's the relationship going, and that's crazy questions. That's none of her business. And Caleb just shut her down. He said these conversations between me and Elena that we'll have with each other. You know? I'm glad that he did that to her. Shut her down. Stop asking these nosy questions. So Maria, because he shut her down, she decides to be rude. So she's talking to Elena in Russian, being rude. And then Elena, being rude also, is talking about Caleb and their relationship in Russian. And he's sitting there. So Caleb said, I'll just sit over here and wait. Because he know they're being rude. They know they're being rude. And they don't care. And Elena has the nerve to talk about Americans and say they are rude. I don't think she said they were rude. I think she said they're probably inconsiderate or they're not gentlemen. That's what she said. Well, you're not a lady. You're sitting there talking crap about Caleb. Well, he wasn't talking crap about Caleb, but she's talking about their relationship and how he's not letting her know where they are in their relationship. And how, what's going to happen when he leaves, when the trip is over. He doesn't know that. He's just getting to know you. And her and her friend, rude friend, they're both rude, just sitting there talking crap in Russian. And he's sitting there. That's so rude. And the more I watch her, the more I realize why people don't like her. I hope Caleb don't give her any more sex. Well, I hope he doesn't give her sex at all. And Elena wants answers from Caleb. They're meeting for the first time and she just wants to know this, wants to know that. I mean, this is their first meeting. Chill out. If I was Caleb, I would get on the next thing smoking to the States. I would leave out. I'll get out while I can. Screw this. So Caleb and Elena, they're leaving Maria's house or apartment. I don't know what that was. And he said he was put off by Maria's questions and by them speaking Russian in front of him. So on the way home, Caleb explains to Elena that he doesn't want to make any plans right now pertaining to their future. They just met. They're trying to get to know each other. What plans is there to make when you don't even know each other? So he explains that to her. So Elena had the nerve to say, "Oh, I feel a little bit bad that we spoke Russian in front of you." So she knew what she was doing was wrong and disrespectful, but she did it anyway. So she apologizes and he forgives her. I don't forgive her. And then they get back to the room and he puts her on the bed and he starts to kiss her. She starts to unbutton his shirt. He kicks off his shoes. Then he takes off her shoes. Then he throws her up further up on the bed, starts kissing her again. And she likes the rough play. He grabs her and throws her up to the bed, the head of the bed, and she giggles. I guess she likes that rough play. And then she asks him to turn off the light, and he turns off the light, and we'll see what happens to them next week. Now we have Jasmine and Gino. So we see Jasmine and Gino going. Gino is showing Jasmine how to use the toothbrush that he bought her. And they kiss. And when they kiss, it's so awkward to see him kiss her. I think maybe Gino is embarrassed to kiss on on camera. I'm going to turn on the fan a little bit. Sorry, excuse me. Turn on the fan a little bit, sorry. Okay, I think Gino is embarrassed to kiss on camera because it's so awkward. I would be too anyway because I'm a prude. So they go shopping and Jasmine is wearing a cute little dress. For once, she looks cute. She's wearing a cute little dress and Gino is wearing his sandals, and his sandals are starting to look really, really hideous. And Gino needs to work out. He's trying to open the door to the van, and for some reason, he just couldn't open the door. So Jasmine wants Gino to meet her friend and hairstylist Leo. So she's taking him shopping because she wants him to dress better so that Gino can impress her friend Leo. So Jasmine is being very bossy. She's picking out his clothes. She's telling him to get that one, try this on, try that on. And she's being very, very bossy. And I will admit, the clothes that he tried on made him look good. He did look good with the clothes that he tried on. So she got all his clothes and took it to the cash register. And when they get to the cash register, the cashier told him that the bill came up to $512.53. And Gino was shocked. I don't know why you're shocked. The price tag is on the clothes. You look at the price tag. But he gets up to the cash register with all the clothes, and he's telling her that I'm not going to spend $500 on clothes. And Jasmine is shocked. She can't believe that he is not going to buy the clothes. And I don't blame him. Why should he spend that much money on clothes? He's on vacation. Gino says he hasn't worked for several months. So he's not going to spend $500 on these clothes. And Jasmine, she seems embarrassed. She tells the cashier that he has to go get his wallet and to hold the clothes for them. And I think the cashier knows that he's not going to buy the clothes. She may speak some English. When the cameraman or camera person put the camera on her, she was smiling. So I think she understood what Gino said, and she knows he's not going to buy those clothes. So Gino and Jasmine, they go back to the room, and later Gino and Jasmine, they meet up with Leo at a restaurant. And Jasmine is not happy with the way Gino is dressed. He's dressed in some gym shorts and those ugly sandals. And sandals they're starting to look really, really ugly and dingy. But I didn't like what she had on either when she went to the restaurant to meet Leo. So Leo shows up and Jasmine asks Leo what he thinks of Gino. And she says he doesn't speak Spanish, so be honest. Another rude foreigner speaking Spanish in front of Gino when he doesn't understand what the hell is going on, and asking him questions about Gino when he doesn't know what's going on. And they always say how rude Americans are. Foreigners are worse. They're ruder. So Leo says Gino looks honest and he's perfect. And he just met him 2 minutes ago and he says Gino is honest and perfect. Oh, well. And then another nosy friend. Leo asked Jasmine if he told Gino about the birth control pills. These nosy friends. And these foreigners speaking in their language in front of the Americans. So Jasmine says that they have been having unprotected sex, and Gino is already picking out girl names. So Gino asks Leo if he has seen Jasmine get really upset. And both Leo and Jasmine, they tell the story of how Jasmine practically physically abused a hairdresser who burnt her hair. I'm pretty sure the woman didn't do it purposely. Well, that's enough about Jasmine. I think Gino needs to dump her. Okay, so it's the next day and it's Christmas. And Gino makes breakfast for Jasmine. And he's cracking eggs. And she tells him, remember that I'm a vegan. I don't like anything from an animal. And I know what he's thinking. He's thinking she means bacon and ham and things like that, meat. He's not thinking eggs, that she's talking that eggs come from animals. He's not really thinking about that. So she finally tells him that vegans don't eat eggs. After he scrambled eggs and put a plate of scrambled eggs in front of her, that's when she says, vegans don't eat eggs. She should have told him that when he was cracking the eggs and putting it in the frying pan. He clearly doesn't understand anything about vegans. And some people don't. I really don't understand it that much. I know they don't eat meat, and I know they don't eat dairy. And I think they don't eat dairy because they think, if you take the milk, I don't know why they don't eat eggs, but I think they don't drink milk because they think you're taking the milk from the animals that the babies can get, or I don't really understand it either. So everybody, they think because they're vegans, you're supposed to understand exactly what they mean. People who aren't vegans don't think about things like that. You got to explain it to them. So it is, let me see. It is Christmas. So for Christmas, Jasmine gave Gino a t-shirt that says, I heart my crazy Panamanian girlfriend. And she has a shirt for herself that says, I am the crazy Panamanian girlfriend. She also gives him a pillow that says, if you miss me, hug this pillow. And it has Gino and Jasmine engraved on it with little hearts. It's cute. Then she asked him, where's my gift? And Gino said, the toothbrush was your gift. And Jasmine is pissed. But poor Gino. Gino pays for the plane ticket to fly back and forth from the U.S. to Panama. He's paying for he bought the toothbrush. He bought the blue pills. He bought the pregnancy test. He got the Airbnb. He pays for all their meals. He pays for the Uber. He's paying for everything. But poor Gino, he should have gotten her a little tennis bracelet, a little cheap tennis bracelet, or some earrings, or a little diamond necklace. Cheap, maybe under $100. He should have gotten her something, So Jasmine started listing everything that Gino does for his other girlfriends that she saw on social media, how they went out to here, they went out to there, they went on trips. And she says, you do all that for your ex, but you don't do that for me. So he had to explain to her that he's been out of work for 7 months? Yeah, he's out of work for 7 months, but she's not listening to that. She's still pissed. But he should have gotten her something really cheap, not expensive. Maybe something for $30, a little earring, some earrings for $30, some a bracelet or a necklace, something. He should have gotten her something. Well, enough of them. Now on to Ximena and Mike. So Ximena and Mike are laying in bed. It's the next morning. Ximena's younger son comes into the room, and Mike basically said that after they got the kids to bed, they had sex. In the confessional, with Ximena sitting next to him, Mike says it was the best time he ever had with a woman. And Ximena said for her it was normal, nothing out of this world. She needs to tell him what to do to make it be out of this world for her. Tell him what to do. She knows he hasn't been with a lot of women. He's not going to know what to do, how to please a woman in bed. He's not going to know. He's clueless. So tell him what you like. Tell him what he needs to do. And then she says for him it was the best moment of his life. That sounds like Memphis and Hamza. So Mike goes into the bathroom to change his clothes, and Ximena holds up his underwear and says how disgusting they are. The nerve of her. Would she want him to do that to her? She took those underwear off. So those are underwear that he flew in. He flew from one country to another country in. Those are the underwears he had on. What is supposed to be nice, fresh, and smelling like roses? What if he did that to her underwear? She is, ugh, I didn't like that. That was very tacky of her. So the entire family goes to the hot springs of Santa Rosa. It's very beautiful. I love a waterfall. I love waterfalls. If I ever go to Colombia, I would definitely want to go there. Ximena says, even though Mike lacks practice in the bed, she feels the love between them. And I'm afraid of Ximena's father. He's always got a sourpuss face. He never smiles. And I feel like he's always lurking and watching in the background. He scares me a little bit. Anyway, Ximena says she feels super happy. And I'm happy that the majority of the time, it seems like she likes she's being nice to Mike. And when Mike and Ximena kiss, they look awkward too. He looks awkward. He looks just as awkward as Gino does. So they're all in the water having a good time. And her creepy father is always watching. I don't like him. And to me, he doesn't seem like a protective father. He seems more like a jealous boyfriend to me. And they don't even resemble each other. They don't resemble each other. I don't know. So we see Ximena talking to another nosy friend. Where these nosy friends come from? The show should be titled Nosy Friends, Rude Foreigners. That's what it should be titled. Nosy Friends, Rude Foreigners. Because that's all we see. Okay, so this nosy friend asks if Ximena and Mike had sex. That's none of your business. That's their private life. Ximena, and then she asks, how was the sex? What? And then she asks Ximena, does she want Mike to propose? And then she drops the tea. This heifer. She says, does Mike know that you can't have kids? I don't even know why this woman is there. This was supposed to be a trip with the family. We saw the family leave the house, and get into the van and drive to this place. Where does this woman come from? She just popped up out of nowhere. She's just there asking all these questions. I think it was set up by the producers. Why didn't the producers just get one of her female family members to ask her these questions? It would have seemed more believable to me. I don't like the friend and I don't like the father. I want them to go away and I don't want them to get any more airtime. No, that's it for them. They're done. So basically, Ximena got her tubes tied after her last baby. And she hasn't told Mike because she knows Mike wants to have a baby. And Ximena said she didn't want to tell Mike over the phone, so she wanted to tell him in person. Yeah, right. I think she wasn't going to tell him at all, but the girlfriend blurted it out, and now it's on national TV, and he's going to see it, so she has to address it. That girlfriend, I'll punch her right in her nose. Doesn't matter anyway now. She already said it on TV. It's out there. You know, so Ximena can't not tell him. She has to tell him now. So later that day, Ximena tells Mike that she cannot have kids. He asked her why she didn't tell him sooner, and she actually told the truth. She said she didn't want him to leave her. And that's right. She wanted him to, meet her in person, fall head over heels in love with her, and then, he would, well, no. Yeah, she didn't tell him because she didn't want him to leave her. But I don't think she was going to tell him until the damn girlfriend blurted it out. Now she has to tell him because the girlfriend blurted it out. But she didn't want to tell him because she was afraid that, he'd be like, oh, and leave her. She asks Mike if he's angry, and he doesn't look angry to me at all, because they're holding hands. You know, he just looks sad and disappointed. And Mike told her he doesn't want any more secrets between them, and she can get the operation reversed. If she wants to, she can get operation reversed. And she asked, well, what if I can't get it reversed? And then he says, then you have to think about it. But what is he going to think about? When is he going to think about this? Because he's supposed to propose to her there. So when are you going to think about this? You're supposed to propose to her. The plan was to propose to her there and then go back to the States and start her visa for her and her kids to come to the States. So when is he going to think about this? During the trip, after the trip, before he proposed, after he proposed, after they get married, before they get married? When is he going to think about this? You're either good with it or you're not good with it. But he could dump her and go marry somebody else, and after you marry her, find out that she can't have kids and never even had her tubes tied, but she just can't have kids. That happens. Or maybe he can't have kids. You know, so what is the problem? Sometimes people can have kids, some people can't have kids. I mean, she already has 2 kids. Mike, come on. I don't think there's anything to think about. I don't think that should be a deal breaker. Maybe he can't have kids. Maybe you dump her and find another woman, and that woman, you marry her thinking she can have kids, and you find out she can't have kids either. Not because she never took time, just because Mother Nature is not in the cards for her, you know? All right, so we're done with them. So now we're on to Johnny and Ella. So we see Johnny with his 5-year-old son, Stoney. And Johnny said he's spending time with his family before he goes to the States. I think Ella should go to China, not him go to the States, because he has financial responsibilities. He has to take care of his parents financially and his son financially. Ella is not taking care of anybody financially but herself. So why don't she just go to China? I don't see why not. He's going to quit his job, get rid of his apartment, and go to the States for, 3 months? And it's not a working visa he's going on. He's going on a visitor's visa, I think. So he can't work while he's there. So how is he going to send money back to his family? I don't get it. I don't understand. So Johnny is still waiting for his Singapore visa to come. His son, Stoney, he's very, very cute. Cute little baby. He says Johnny and his parents... Oh, we see Johnny and his parents in the kitchen cooking together. And they're making dumplings. And they're rolling the dumplings all together. I just roll my dumplings one at a time, one at a time, one at a time. I'm going to try rolling all my dumplings together because it looks faster and easier. So I'm going to try that. Next time I make dumplings, I'm going to roll mine all together like they did. So Johnny's mother is worried about his relationship with Ella. She wants him to choose his next wife wisely since he already has a divorce. Johnny basically said the reason his marriage failed was because his wife and mother did not get along. Now that statement right there is telling me that his mother is too involved in his marriage. She was too involved in the marriage. And if that's the case, that was Johnny's fault. You don't let your mother get involved in your marriage. That's another submit. That's another submit. Submit mother is all involved in his life and his business. And another Hamza. His mother all up in his business. All these mama boys. I don't like mama boys. Johnny says he doesn't like conflict, and that's why he got the divorce, because they couldn't get along. The mother and his wife couldn't get along, and he didn't like conflict, so he got a divorce. That's crazy. Your wife comes before your mom. The Bible says you leave. I shouldn't quote the Bible because a lot of people aren't Christians and don't read the Bible. But you're supposed to leave your parents' house and go start a family with your wife, with your spouse. So the wife, your mom, should not be involved in your marriage. It's crazy. His mother said, so there will be no fights if you marry a foreign girl. She's being very sarcastic. She's being very sarcastic. His mom needs to mind her business and stay out of his life. Stay out of his marriage. Let him make his own. He's a grown man. Let him make his own decisions. Let him, you know. These mama boys, I really can't stand them. So I see why why Ella is not coming to China. Because if Ella wants to come to China, the mother would be pissed and she probably would be all up in Ella's business, and Ella will probably run back to the States screaming and crying because the mother is too involved in her son's life. That's probably why he doesn't want Ella to come to China. That's why he wants to go to the States. Because if Ella was to come to China, the mother would run her off. Just like she ran off his wife. He's afraid for Ella, to meet his mom, and I don't blame him. Because you let your mom get involved in your relationship. That's not right. You don't do that. And now, this is where Johnny really gets me. He says something so stupid. He says that Chinese women are limited because for a long time, China had a really strict policy that families only have one child, and many families preferred to have sons. You can't make a decision whether you're going to have a son or not. How do you make a decision? I'm going to have a son. If he had said, and many families had sons instead of daughters, I can understand that. But he said many families preferred to have sons. Like they had a choice whether they had a boy or a girl. That doesn't make sense to me, Johnny. So maybe he misspoke because English is not his first language. So maybe he misspoke. Maybe he meant to say many families had sons instead of daughters. That's why there's a limit of Chinese women. Maybe that's what he meant. His mother said that he is the breadwinner of the family, and she's worried that he won't find a job when he goes to the U.S. But I understood that he was going to the U.S. on a visitor's pass visa, not a work visa. So he won't be working when he goes to the States. I don't know. Johnny's mother told him to stay in China. And I agree, he should stay in China. He's coming to the States on a visitor's visa. How is he going to make money to send back to support his son and his mom and father? Stay in China, Johnny. Okay, so now we see Ella. Ella said she is supposed to fly to Idaho in a few weeks to meet Johnny in person. But there is still no word on Johnny's visa. But I thought she was in Idaho. Anyway, she said Johnny won't know about the visa until Monday. So Ella is on her way to the gym. She wants to lose at least 10 pounds before Johnny gets there. Ella says if she were smaller, men would be over her like syrup on pancakes. Okay. Ella said one time she met a guy online and she showed him a picture of herself. But when she met him in person, he told her that she was bigger than he expected. And she fears that the same thing will happen with Johnny. So Ella gets to the gym and she meets up with the personal trainer, Amanda. Amanda looks out of shape. She has no muscle tone. She's a personal trainer. And she has a double chin. She has back fat. She has a gut. And she has flabby thighs. And she's a personal trainer. Ella looked like she did a good workout. She was sweating and everything. And Ella gets a message. When she was done working out, she got a message from Johnny saying that his visa to Singapore got denied. And she calls him, but she couldn't get him. And she just sits in the gym and cries. And I hope it doesn't get approved because he does not need to come to the States. He needs to stay in China. I think he already quit his job. I already gave up his apartment, but he better get another job and stay in China and take care of his child and his parents instead of coming here. You're coming here for? There's nothing here for you. Ella is here, and Ella, once you get here, you're going to be a farmer? Or you said a redneck. Okay. Anyway. Okay, these are the folks I think should run for their lives. I think Memphis should run for her life. I think Caleb should run for his life. I think Gino should definitely run for his life. I don't know what he's waiting on. Mike should run for his life. I don't like the way the father looks at him. The father look at him like, I don't know, it's scary to me. And I think Johnny should run for his life or stay his butt in China. They did not show Kimberly and Usman, which nobody really missed them. I didn't really miss them. And in the previews, it looked like we're having another couple. Or somebody might be catfish, I don't know. We'll see what happens there. So this is the end of my review and recap. I'll be back next week for another review of 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days. If you would like to see more of my videos, please like, subscribe, comment, and share my videos. Princess on a Pillow here. Thank you so very much for watching. Bye.